Why is Fox so decorated?
That wasn't supposed to happen. What did he get?
Hi! In Commander Fox's wiki page, it states that he is the most decorated officer in the Republic Army. But it doesn't say what kind of medals, where he got them, or who gave them to him. A lot of people headcanon that it was Chancellor Palpatine throughout the war. Half claim that it was to shut him up, and the other half claims that it's to stroke Fox's ego. Problem with this is shutting him up wouldn't work, as it would have been ammo. Ammo against him later, as it counts as bribing an officer. Using it to stroke his ego would only work until the generator bombing occurred, as that's when his ego died.
Stupid droids.
Not to mention that Fox hasn't been close with the Chancellor since he didn't tell him about the 50-foot monster before letting it loose and killed a bunch of people.
Such size, such power.
With respect, Chancellor, I believe this creature could pose any number of dangers. Bringing it here to Coruscant is a mistake.
Oh, I assure you, I did not make this decision lightly, Master Jedi.
He would be questioning all of Palpatine's decisions after all that. George Lucas based the Republic off the US government, with the position of Chancellor being more or less the same as the President. So we're basing this off of that. The problem is the fact that Palpatine can't legally give Fox more than one medal, the Medal of Honor. Even then, he needs permission from the rest of the Senate. If Fox was a civilian, then yes, Palpatine could do that. But he's not. He's a military cop and a slave. As Emperor, he could have, but Fox got all of his medals during the war. So it doesn't matter how you slice it, Palpatine would sabotage himself if he showered Fox in medals. Alright, since Palpatine couldn't, who did? In the US, an Attorney General has to hand out medals to soldiers, but in Star Wars, there is no such position. Senators can't hand them out because they represent entire planets. It's outside their jurisdiction. If they could give medals, they would be wasting it on most of the Jedi. If Coruscant has mayors, then they could hand them out, as that duty would come from with the job. But if they don't, then that falls on the Jedi, heads of civilian police, and high-ranking officers like Yularen or Marshal Commander Cody. Fox can't award himself, otherwise it's an abuse of power and or dishonorable. Kaminoans can only give out graduation medals.
Congratulations, you've graduated. At ease.
The Jedi aren't going to give Fox any medals for two reasons. And two, they hate Fox and don't recognize what his job is. Because of this, they would strip him of his medals faster than he could get them, even if he truly deserved them. Cody and Fox are of the exact same rank, so that ain't happening. Yularen would be perfect and willing if he knew of Fox's exploits and was close enough to give it to him, but as he doesn't come to Coruscant very often, it's sporadic. Same with others that share his rank. So they could be giving Fox a few military medals after arriving and being informed of his actions. So the head of civilian police, or in Coruscant's case, upper police, the guys above Devo, they have the authority to give Fox medals for police work. They would also be close enough to see with their own eyes what Fox does. Plus, police don't hand out medals all willy-nilly. They would watch him carefully and even read the reports that came in to determine if he was truly worthy of his stripes. Did Fox truly deserve those medals? For someone to get a medal, they have to risk life and limb, going beyond the call of duty. In other words, you have to do something insanely brave or courageous that saves hundreds of lives at the risk of your own. There's a reason he's called the clone with no fear on his wiki page. As an example, only 4 times has there been a bombing issue on Coruscant. The first time was when Bane took the senators hostage, where it was used to make Fox surrender. The second one was the generator bombing. Both happened in the first year of the war and never happened again.
No, Chancellor. I'm afraid it is you who have been foolish with your senators' lives.
One false move, and the east wing of the Senate building goes up in smoke.
Holster 'em!
Stand down.
the third and fourth happened at the Jedi Temple. The third was a Cad Bane used by Cad Bane as a distraction, while the last one was an inside job and directed directly at the Jedi, where Fox needs permission to go.
I was just, testing the access hatch. Works great.
Bomb!
Bomb? What bomb? Is there something going to blow up?
Bomb!
No, 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 no!
One near the beginning, while the other was near the end of the war. Because it's war, other bombing attempts were made, but most of them were thwarted because Fox is on the alert. The only reason we don't get to see this is because most of them weren't directed at the Jedi or Senate. The important places where most of the story takes place. Compare them to the Jedi. It's wartime and they go off on vacation.
Hey, I'm supposed to be on a meditative retreat. We should go away together. I know a place far away from here where no one would recognize us.
Leaving Fox to handle every emergency. Due to certain limitations, Fox has to get creative when the hostage crisis happens. The Jedi show up at the last stretch of Fox's plan and takes over. After they fail, they just call it quits instead of cleaning up the mess they left behind, assuming it's not that important.
The Jedi didn't even capture Zero. The distraction of the ship helped him get away. Afterward, the Jedi came back and one of them came over to me. I'll never forget it. She was beautiful, dark robes contrasting against her light green skin, penetrating eyes. She looked at me, and you know what she said? She said, I had to make a choice, but not to worry. The Force will be with you. That's it. Then she was off, and Trace and I were left without parents, without a home, just left there to find our way in their system.
Fox then steals Voss so he can brief him on where Zero is going, making sure he has a chance of catching him before more damage is done.
Let's get down to business. Zero the Hutt was broken out during a hostage takeover.
Yeah, I read the briefing about that mess.
I suspect Jabba the Hutt is behind this. He still has it out for Zero over the kidnapping of his son.
Well, my information indicates that Zero has damaging evidence against the Hutt Council. My guess is they've taken him to the Hutt home planet, Nal Hutta.
Fox takes actions and makes well-planned decisions both times. The Jedi just winged it, and people died because of it. Fox's very first medal would have been given to him after the Battle of Coruscant. Everything after would have come from him protecting civilians, capturing spies, disarming bombs in situations, minimizing damage, attacking any invading Separatist battleships, and arresting criminals who think the law can't touch them. Senate. In a way, he stops the war from reaching Coruscant. As a military cop, his job is to protect the home front from threats inside and out. This is why he's stationed there. If Fox was an overly controlling psycho cop without a spine who arrested people on a whim, like in the comics, not only would he have not been decorated, he would have been demoted. In the end, he would have mostly had police medals, but as long as the rest of his brothers don't know the difference, he could rub it in their confused and jealous faces. And that's what we got. Yay! Comment, like, and subscribe. Don't be rude or mean. Bye!